Good evening, wonderful, beautiful, lovely, gorgeous looking people of YouTube. I waited an extra minute tonight to go live just because Ginger Steve was in the chat gobbing off already, so I thought I'd just give it an extra minute. Welcome everyone, welcome to Wednesday night's 40k show. We do this every single Wednesday at 8:30 till 10 PM, an hour and a half of 40k chat. That's alongside our 2 live games of 40k we do every week. Thursday's open to everybody, Tuesday members only. If you want to get some of that sweet members only battle report action, make sure you are a Skald tier or above. If you can't afford Skald tier or above, make sure you've got gifted subs turned on the channel, gifted memberships, and someone might decide to gift some memberships and you might be lucky enough to pick one of those up, and then you will also be able to enjoy Skald tier and above because that's the level it gifts it at. Anyway, welcome everybody to the stream. Feels like it's been an age since I've done a Talking Head stream. Feels like it's been forever, but we're here. And I'm and ahhing today about a topic, and I've picked this one. So I've had a bit of a rough day. Not because it's been particularly bad, I've just felt a bit a bit exhausted, a bit run down, I guess. So I was like, actually want an upbeat topic for tonight. So I've picked the why I am still enjoying 40k as a topic. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And then what I would like, if possible, is for you all to tell me your experience as well. Is there a way in which you're maintaining your enjoyment, keeping it fun, keeping it interesting, enjoying 40k right now? Because if you look at the internet, if you believe Facebook, etc., and all the different sites you can use, Reddits, etc., for 40k, you'd think the world is burning down right now. You'd think everybody's hating it, and the edition's awful, and this 6-month tournament stuff is terrible, and Games Workshop are the devil, and it's all doom and gloom. And yet I'm having some of the most fun I've ever had with 40k, personally, right now. And I think there's a number of key reasons as to why I'm having that fun. 3.
Hello, you awesome, beautiful man.
Thank you very much for the donation, Chris. You absolute legend. You are also a beautiful man. I think there's maybe 3 main key reasons as to why I'm still really enjoying 40k right now. And that's what I want to touch on. So, I've broke it down into kind of rules, physical models, etc., and then players. Oh, by the way, now she's put the kids to bed, I have got Luce with me again tonight.
Hello.
Luce is it, the voice, the disconnected head in the background.
The real power behind the throne.
It's because she just has to sit there naked on Wednesdays. I don't know why.
Ew.
Anyway, there's 3 main reasons.
No.
3 main reasons why I'm still enjoying 40k. And if you're not having a good time, look at these 3 reasons, and maybe one of these reasons is why you're not having a good time. Maybe, not definitely, but maybe. And so if you can address one of those reasons that might not be aligned with what I'm about to tell you, you might get back to having fun with it. You might get back to enjoying yourself. So, reason number 1 is people. Reason number 2 is rule set. Reason number 3 is models, armies, physicals. Okay? So reason number 1, people. Who are you playing with? Who are you playing with frequently? So it might be that you don't have this particular luxury, and if you don't, then perhaps it's something to work on. Maybe you have to try and build this yourself. But do you have a group of regular gaming friends who are good people, who enjoy the hobby for the same reasons that you enjoy the hobby, who like playing the same type of 40k that you like playing? Whether that be narrative, competitive, crusade, friendly, open war, whatever it might be. Do you have a group of people that you play with regularly? So for me, I'm very, very lucky. We specifically built a team of people on the channel that are all aligned, all alike in the way that we enjoy 40k. Eddie, Joe, Brom, Paddy are currently the 4 main players on the channel that you'll see week in, week out. We're all very, very aligned as to how we like to play and how we like to enjoy 40k. We all like typically playing the same type of 40k. We're all typically around the same kind of power level in terms of how hard we can or can't go. And so that's been super key over the course of the last 6 months to me still really enjoying 40k.
Evening all.
Evening CT, thank you for the 5, you absolute legend, appreciate it. By the way, we're still doing 10% of all super chats donated to Mind every single month, right? So yeah, so we've got those people like to play the same way. We like to play a variety of armies, have different pluses and minuses, different skill sets, different power levels, but all similar in terms of the bracket, apart from Brom, poor Brom. But otherwise, we get together to play 40k for the same reasons. We like the sociable side of tournaments rather than the actual hyper-competitive side. We like getting together and throwing dice. We like having a few beers. We like chilling out. We like enjoying each other's company. We like taking the piss out of each other. And we like laughing at terrible mistakes or horrendous dice rolls. So no one typically gets tilted if their dice are horrifically bad. We just accept the fact that's part of 40k. That's the first way that I'm continuing to enjoy 40k at the moment. I think that's probably for me the most important way. The most important way to enjoy 40k. Like-minded community. Talking about like-minded communities, like-minded players, Big Bad James has jumped in there with 10 gifted memberships. Click that little present, no matter what application you're on. Make sure you turn on accept gifted memberships. It looks like these 10 have already been given out immediately, but make sure you've got that turned on. This now gives you access to our Discord server, !Discord in chat, right? And you can come and join a like-minded community, and there are people that are arranging games in there as well, so you might be lucky enough to find said like-minded people within our Discord community. It also gifts it to you at Scald tier and above, which means you now get access to members-only content, right? Members-only content is super important because that's every single Tuesday, another battle report to watch. Ginger Steve has also just said 9 more likes and I'll gift more subs. Or memberships. So there you go. There's a reason to click like. That's 1. I've seen it go from 22 to 23. So as long as we get to 31, or was he aiming for 30? I don't know. Anyway, meanwhile, whilst the explosions are going off in the background with all the new members, I'll welcome you all to the channel in just a second. I'm going to go on to point 2. If you've watched these streams before, typically I'll race through my my reasons, my opinions as to why I'm talking about the topic that I'm talking about, and then we'll jump in chat and we'll ask you guys and we'll just talk to you for the rest of the night. So reason number 2 is specifically around rule set. There's a phrase that Winters used a long time ago that I stole from him and have used it ever since. Play 40k your way. And that is a number of different ways, right? So people typically see Warzone Nephilim as, oh god, I've got to play Warzone Nephilim because that's the latest. Now you don't. There is a number of ways of playing 40k. You've got open play in the rulebook. You've got crusade. You've got match play in the rulebook. There's 3 ways so far. You've then got Grand Tournament 2020, Grand Tournament 2021, Warzone Nakmund, Warzone Nephilim, Tempest of War. There's 8 ways of playing 40k right now. 8 ways, not including all the additional narrative campaign stuff that exists currently in separate supplements should you wish to pick those up, Warzone Charity and all that kind of stuff, right? So there is a load of other ways in which you can play. 8 ways of playing 40k. So if you're playing nothing but Warzone Nakmund and Warzone Nephilim and you're hating it, maybe it's time to pick up a Tempest of War deck. Start playing Tempest of War. If you're playing Tempest of War and you really hate it because it's too random for you, maybe you switch to Warzone Nephilim. If you're not liking Warzone Nephilim or any of that stuff, maybe you just go to open play and just make up your missions because the like-minded group of people that we just spoke about, well, actually they're like playing 40k the same way that you do, and they're quite happy to put together a narrative campaign of random people playing random 40k that's mission-based or objective-based, but is the objectives of the story that they're trying to tell, right? So that's, like, make sure not only do you find that group of people that are like-minded, but that like-mindedness includes the way in which you like playing. It's no point you being a person who loves tournaments. Those people exist. I really enjoy them myself. And playing in a group of people that want to do nothing but narrative and they cannot stand competitive play. I can't stand competitive play and my friends all love it. Which means every time I'm playing them, I'm going to get my fucking dick kicked in. Because they just like playing hard mode and I don't. You need to make sure you find a group of people that want to play it the same way that you play it. And that way, I think, depending on what you choose, it can stay relatively fresh. Tempest keeps it semi-fresh. I am hoping that they continue to expand the number of cards for mission types and deployment zones and secondary objectives to keep it really fresh. Obviously, competitive is now changing every 6 months. So match play, Warzone Nakmund, Warzone Nephilim is now changing every 6 months. They're keeping it fresh. But always remember, there is actually no rule that tells you and your group of gaming friends what you must and mustn't play. You can also house rule things. Actually, you know what? I don't like that new change to terrain and the fact that I can now be within engagement range if I'm within 2 inches. I don't like that change. So as a group of people, we're going to discuss it. We all don't like it. Cool. We're not going to use it. Right? You can house rule things. You don't have to play with the rules they give you. I mean, typically most people are going to, but you don't have to. You can change the rules if your whole gaming group that you're playing with agrees with that particular change. There are channels out there that play games with specific house rules. When we used to play Maelstrom of War back in 8th edition, we had a house rule that was if you drew a card that you physically couldn't do, kill a psyker, and the enemy unit had no psykers, you just binned it. You just got rid of it straight away. It was free to chuck it because you physically couldn't do it and you were never able to. Right? That's a house rule, ultimately, but that was the way that we made sure that everyone continued to enjoy Maelstrom of War, rather than drawing cards that you just simplistically couldn't do. It was physically impossible. And then we go on to the third thing, the third way in which I think you need to focus on if you're going to continue to enjoy 40k, and that is armies. So there's a lot of people out there that will netlist and meta chase, and if you don't know what netlisting or meta chasing is, then congratulations, you've managed to avoid it for ages, and that's really good because it can be horrible. Netlisting is very simplistically, you see someone on the internet, a John Lennon or a Nick Nanavati, run a list, and you go, that's clearly the best list because he's just won LVO or he's just come top in a major, right? At that point that you do that, you copy that list. It's not yours. You've not come up with a concept. You've not designed it from the ground up. You don't know how it operates. You don't know the intricacies of it. I feel like that can sap some of the fun out of it. It often won't perform the way you expect it to because you're not John Lennon. You're not Brad Chester. You're not Nick Nanavati. You're none of those people. So you can't run that list like they run that list, and that instantly will go, oh, that didn't work the way I thought it would work.
Sorry.
What?
Did you just say John Lennon?
John Lennon's a famous 40k player, yes. And,
not
he's
not
good
the
at,
John Lennon.
No, yeah, same person. Of course it's not the same person.
I was on my phone, I heard John Lennon, and I thought, no, wait, no, I know Superman does it, no.
Yeah. And then we can go on to not just netlisting, but meta chasing. Meta chasing, everything's changed. This is a new broken army. Suddenly,
Hey Liam, finally able to catch a stream. I've got you playing in the background as I brew a beer. Cheers. Also, I'm digging your new hairstyle.
cheers to you two, you absolute legend. You need to let us know what beer you're brewing. I want beer. That's it. Thanks for the super chat anyway. Thanks for the donation, you absolute legend. A big shout out to Ginger Steve for gifting 5 memberships like he promised as well. I will read out all the new members in just a moment. We're getting to the end of my little piece and then we'll focus on you, chat, because clearly you're very important too. So we've got the net listing piece, right? If you copy a list that's not your list, you're not as involved, you don't love it as much, you don't know how to run it, it might not perform the way you expect it to, that can kill the love a little bit. Then we go on to meta chasing. Meta chasing is whereby the meta shifts, and it shifts typically because a new codex comes out or a new rule changes, and so you jump on the latest hotness and you jump on light Harlequins or Leviathan Tyranids or Farsight Tower, whatever it might be. Not because you love that faction, not because you've collected that faction forever, not because you've got loads of models that are related to that faction, but simply because you've just heard that's the latest broken shit, and if you buy that army you'll win. Also not a reason to play the army. You'll notice a bit of a theme with both of these. Both of these means you're playing an army that you don't love. So because you're playing an army that you don't love, it may then not perform in a way in which you are happy with, or in a way in which you expect, which means that you end up getting beaten despite the fact you've just bought all this, you've paid a lot of money for this super net list, this meta chasing net list, and now you're getting beat. Well, what's that all about? Well, it's because you don't know how to play it, you don't know the army, you don't love it, you're not in love with it, so fucking don't do it. Always build, play with, paint what you love. Sometimes you might have to make some slight tweaks if you want to keep up with your friends, depending on what they're playing and how you're playing. But always make sure you're sticking to an army that you love, a faction that you love. Don't just keep changing because people tell you that your army's broken or because you're trying to chase meta, right? So that's my 3 things. Right group of people, right set of rules, make sure you're playing an army that you love, something that you're passionate about. One of the things I've done very, very recently is completely restarted my Eldar army. I've actually sold the Simhan and got rid of it. Simhan army hasn't been relevant since 7th edition, and I've suffered with command point hits, etc. since because I didn't have any troops. So I've restarted my Eldar. I've got everything again in box, and I'm building an Eldar army, and I've had so much fun and enjoyment putting this new Eldar army together. I'm just about finishing off 2 models. Is it 2? 2 models. Then I'm into the spray phase and painting. Eldar's the only army I ever finished painting on my own. That's how much I love it, and I'm back to doing that, and I'm back to loving it again. That's why I'm enjoying that right now, because it's the army that I'm most passionate about. So rather than trying to build the latest, it's brilliant that I've just basically told Joe to paint everything for me now, right? Because if it's for the channel, so we need to. I'd like to typically be in a place for the channel where we have every army available, simply because when a new thing comes out, we can play with it and we can show it off to you guys, and we can show you the new rules, etc. However, I just basically get Joe to paint that stuff now, because I don't love it that much, so I won't finish the army. We've seen this for years now. I won't finish it. Eldar, that's mine. No one touches that but me. That's my army. That's the one I love the most. And now I'm back to hobbying with that particular army. I'm having so much fun. So there you go. Right, that's my three ways in which I'm still loving 40k. So when I see all these moans and whinges and complaints all over Facebook and YouTube and Reddit and Twitter and all these places that people are just fucking bitching constantly, and actually if you read all that shit, it can really get you down, and you can think, fucking, why do I play this hobby? Why am I involved in such a community of negative people? Well, first of all, jump in Discord. If you've got a membership now, jump in Discord, because there's a lot less negativity in Discord than there is anywhere else on the internet. People have to pay to be there. Why would you pay to be miserable? I mean, we are British, we do that a lot.
We do like to be miserable.
Yeah, but otherwise it is full of positive people. But otherwise, make sure you're playing the way you want to play. Make sure you're finding the things that you love. Don't listen to the noise. I'm still loving playing 40k. Thoroughly enjoyed spanking Joe yesterday. Spoiler alert if you haven't caught it already. Thoroughly enjoyed that game. Thoroughly enjoyed the last few games I've played, whether won or lost. I get to play Brom tomorrow in Chat Plays. First Thursday of the month tomorrow, it's Chat Plays. I get to play Brom tomorrow in Chat Plays. I'm looking forward to that. I'm filming with Joe on Friday for DZ. I'm looking forward to that. I'm playing with the right people, and I'm playing 40k the way I want to play 40k. Right, cool. So I'm about to welcome the 15 brand new members, thanks to you beautiful people who have gifted memberships, i.e. Ginger Steve and James Hobbs. I do, however, have to upgrade my little membership thing now, because it doesn't track gifted memberships, which is super annoying, so that should now be updated. It is great. And we welcome to the Great Hall so thank you, James Hobbs, to Vicious, Scoobs, Michael Bradley, Boothy P, Mostly Harmless, Lars, A. Samuel, Shadow Lost 72, Oliver Samstag, and Mike Walker. Legend James for donating all of those memberships. You're a hero. And thank you, Ginger Steve, for donating memberships to Barton Farm, Mordian57, Badwood 420, Useless Sidekick, and P. Lacey, which is incredible, because a couple of those people said, life's got expensive, I'm very, very sorry, I had to drop my membership, and now they've been gifted memberships by wonderful people in the community. You're incredible, thank you. Legends, all of you. Perfect, right. So now is when we jump into chat. So the next hour and 10 minutes of chat, of the stream, is me talking to you guys.
If you get to 100 likes, it's 10 more gifted members.
10 more gifted members is a big number, Steve. We're at 63 likes. Thank you so much for the donation. You're a hero. So now's the point when we jump into chat and we say, right, people, what's your experiences? Are you still enjoying 40k? Are you not enjoying 40k? Do you think that one of those three reasons I gave you is the reason that you're not enjoying 40k? Could you change one of those things and start enjoying it again? Or maybe there's another reason why you're still enjoying it that I haven't covered. If that's the case, let me know that as well, right? Let me know. Let me know. And I'm going to jump in chat and start talking to people. So I'm going to start scrolling up a little bit, and we'll jump in here. Dalton Peters, that's one of my favourite things to do, pointing upwards. James says, great way to get a cheap list once the meta shift's amazing. Dave says, Warhammer Widow, remind him he forgot to paint the Wraithguard heads.
Yes, you did.
No, they were painted white. They were clearly white. They weren't even great. What's the army, Liam? Needs some inspiration. Decannons are not what they used to be. No, because you can't netlist, Steve. When Local Games Workshop started Horus Heresy Weekend, they declined an offer of me bringing a Reaver for that weekend. That seems like a mental thing to do. Why wouldn't you say yes to that? People make a channel out of shit talking so fucking tedious, says Grimlock Crusade. Oh, yes. The whole world is filled with people bitching constantly, says Minkster. Not here. Not here. Not here. We're happy, aren't we, Lise? Dave B says they're called happy sad people. Is that a legit thing? Are they actual happy sad people? Is that a thing? Steve, we're on 82 likes.
They're happy when others are sad.
Yeah.
It's something to bitch about.
Yeah, evidently, yeah. Anyone join Discord, you get to enjoy with me and my memes. Cass is a fan of the memes. Yeah, thanks for the gifted membership, says P. Lacey. Jonathan De Silva says James Hobbs is not a wonderful member of the community. Not particularly fair, John. James pays more than you, so he's more valuable than you are, clearly, right? I've said it before, but I love 40k because of the lore. It takes me away from the miserable reality of life and into a less bleak future. Obviously, I think the lore is a big thing for people, right? But you can enjoy the lore whilst not enjoying playing is the key. So I think maybe I should have possibly clarified about the playing piece. But I get it, right? I get it. Are you really playing Ultramarine, says Cass. Well, if I go into Discordia, into the community announcements page, Cass, then currently the votes are 56 people have voted for me to play World Eaters tomorrow night, and 64 people have voted for me to play Ultramarine. So as it stands, Cass, I am playing Ultramarines tomorrow. Carl Moore says, what's me keeps me engaged with the hobby is and has been the lore, the people, and some of the models. That's amazing. 86 live stream, Steve, keep an eye on it. I enjoy 40k because I don't play against Starius and Sandals. Amazing. I have definitely slowed down playing Black Templars. Will probably get more hype when Chaos Demons comes out. Also, that new Demon Princess is a sexy model, right? Don't enjoy the hobby at the moment because I commissioned an army at Christmas and it's still not ready, says Chris. Not going to comment on that one, Chris.
Cass has asked me if I've made Fox Cam yet.
No, the Fox is dead.
What? We don't know that.
Is it there anymore?
No, but
is it near a road?
No, stop it.
For me, the hobby hasn't been a thing for years. It's mostly lore and content that keeps me interested, Liam Stanley. Okay, that's interesting. This is why we love you, Liam. Fucking boss level positivity. I wouldn't. Sometimes, like, if you've seen a lot of my stuff about the Chaos Codex, hasn't necessarily been mentally, like, crazily positive all the time. But I think I like to strike a balance. I don't like to be Mr. Negative all the time in a hobby that we all love. Enjoying the painting at the moment. Don't get to play too often. My next game is against Nids with my Wolves, so I'm toast. I love my Eldar, but Wolves will always be my first love, says Jarl Grimnar. Fair. I did just start assembling a Loyalist World Eaters army, so my hobby excitement is high currently. That sounds incredible. Amazing lore and painting the armies I love, and great games I get with my friends while we're there to play. Yeah, there you go. Steve says 82 likes, 87 now, Steve. It was 18 to go, it's now 13 to go before Steve gives you all that are white names some gifted memberships. Is it white names or grey names? They look white to me. Are they white or grey?
I think they're grey.
Are they grey? My eyes just fucked. Maybe my eyes are just fucked. It's the lore that makes the narrative so much funny. Yeah, absolutely.
Was your most epic funny moment in 40k?
My most epic funny moment. That's a hard one to answer. My most epic funny moment. There's a couple.
Well, I remember when I tried to watch the telly on Wargaming Wednesday, and all I could hear was you, Eddie, maybe Joe, because some terrain had now been personified and it was moving, or a tree was moving.
Yeah, I think the first ever chat plays that happened, which happened completely by accident, is one of the most epic funny moments that I've experienced, Dave, so far. There's also when we were at Mini Wargaming, we did chat plays at Mini Wargaming with Mini Wargaming Dave, and someone super chatted to basically bring 11 what's it called? Bloodthirsters onto the table at once. 11 Bloodthirsters at once. And I was like, only Mini Wargaming Dave would actually have 11 Bloodthirsters and be able to do that, because, you know, he's a mentalist. That was quite hilarious. There's also a Revenant Titan getting knocked off the table. That happened. There's becoming the undisputed, undefeated, unchallenged champion of Chaos. That's an epic moment. There you go. There's loads of epic moments. The thing is, so here's one of the reasons why I don't like rerolls or auras. Because I don't like rerolls and auras because I feel like they remove epic moments, right? So if a guardsman chips the last wound of a custodian captain on a 2+ save, and the person can just pick up the dice and re-roll it, that removes an epic moment, doesn't it? Right? If that Space Marine captain pulls the plasma pistol trigger too hard and kills himself because it overcharges, overheats and explodes, but the Space Marine player can just pick it up and re-roll it, that ruins those epic moments. That's why I'm against auras and re-rolls on the whole. Can't not use them right now because they're basically one of the biggest things that exist in the game, but that's one of the things that I love, those kinds of epic moments, and they happen quite frequently, don't they? So those frequent moments become less frequent when you can just pick up and re-roll it. Do you know how to play Ultramarines? No, not a clue. Caspar probably do a better job than Brom. I enjoy 40k, but the lack of effort after work at the moment to do some building, painting. Tony, I get it, right? That can be a grind. Although I used to use it as a cathartic, chill out, relax process, as a wind down. Tom's talking to the Colonel. Own my own microbrewery in Canada, so it's my job and passion after 40k, of course. Currently painting up my converted Hellhammer for my GSC army. Cass wants to know what the fox says.
Oh, that's a song, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. It's a song.
I don't know if you're trolling me right now.
What's that? Trolling? What's that?
What song?
What do you mean trolling? What's this now? You don't know if I'm trolling you.
Like, I think that's a lie. It's not a song.
Is that trolling?
Yeah.
That's trolling.
Yeah.
What on earth are all the celebrities on about then? If that's trolling.
The kids in the garage are having a blast. Will the inaugural container come back? No doubt. Yeah, exactly. That was brilliant, right? Absolutely. Can you all unlike chat? It's 50 quid, says Steve. So in 5, it's your own fault. You shouldn't make promises if you don't want to keep them. Ginger Steve, ultimately. A reroll's a bit like VAR 40k, yeah, absolutely. I reckon I can beat Liam on the tabletop in the future. With what? A big stick. Chris says he can't tell him.
Liam, keep up the great work. Cheers from the States.
Hero, thank you, Steve. Thanks for the donation. You are also a legend. So I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. We've bought that. Chris says, I don't know if John wants to fight or fuck James right now. I think probably both from the messages at the moment. I got sent to Winter's SEO's naughty corner for reminding him he wasn't the champion of chaos. Amazing. Good. My little group has 3.5 armies, 2 Space Marines among 4 of us. To play new armies I need randoms, which often means latest tournament rules. That said, I'm new and still love it, just confused a lot. I'm not new, I'm still confused a lot. Don't worry about it. You're in safe company, dang Skippy. What a great name as well. Benjamin, man, I'm not that hot about the hobby at the moment. All the FAQs and balanced data sheet nerfs have meant I can't have a reliable list to play. I have to learn the new version of my rules every game. Yeah. See, that's interesting. You could ignore them if you had the right gaming group and you all agreed, I guess. But Colonel says, "Don't sing it, Luce. Don't you do it."
I won't.
What's the song? I thought you were lying.
No, it's a song.
Okay. What is the song?
Google it.
I'm not Googling it. 95 likes, Steve. 5 more to go. Haley, I know if you don't want to comment on this, but what's the deal with you, Winters and DZ? What about it? DZ's a website. We're both on that one. You can subscribe there and get extra content. Winters and me have separate YouTube channels. It's another way you can support. So you can choose to go for both, or one, or the other, or all 3. Some people do that as well. But that's lots of money. Don't do that. Where are we? One of my most epic gaming moments was when my Gretchen artillery crew killed Custodian Guard and Melee. Exactly. But did they just re-roll it though? That's interesting. Or they run out of CP and then it becomes an epic moment.
Adam Welch has... he's done this song. I don't know how to say who it's by, but it's called The Fox.
Yilvis. Is that what it says? Yilvis? Yilvis? What does the fox say?
What does the fox say? I guarantee you've heard it. Once you hear it, you'll go, oh, that one.
Matthew
It's one of those songs that is on like a car advert or it's in the background. You hear it a lot in the background.
Okay. My most epic moment, killing girly man with a catch and bayonet charge. Charging guard is amazing. I don't think I've ever heard that song. I might have done.
You will have, I promise.
You promise?
I promise.
You promise. Loving certain armies but go through cycles for each. Currently into my Alpha Legion, maybe as I have a vision for it, but have falling out of love with my Necrons. Are you cyclical with it too? Yes, with the exception of one army. Eldar's always a constant love. Always a constant love. Everything else is cyclical.
Colonel's left the chat.
John is just tired of Tau being better at playing like Harlequins than the current Codex Harlequins.
Yeah. John's just sad because he's dog shit. I wouldn't worry about it, James. That's why you keep beating him. Poor old John. John also what's he called in the chat right now? Is he actually called John in the chat, or is he called his other thing? Basically, I think he's trying to grow his Instagram page, which is called Bolt Rifles. So if you're on Instagram, check out Bolt Rifles. John's a nice guy. On the whole, he's just a bit special. So
Although he's moved on to felt tips.
He was eating crayons. He's now moved on to felt tips. Yeah,
it's promotion.
They're
very
cheaper.
Proud.
It does exist, but it's one of the single worst songs to exist, says Stephen. Okay.
You've heard it, I promise.
Lee's got to ask, do you know Maya he, Maya who?
Mm-hmm.
She's looking at me. I don't think we're going to get a rendition. I don't think it's good. We can't just turn this into a fucking karaoke stream, people. I mean, we could, but we're not going to. No? Okay, cool.
I'm not singing it.
Good.
Only because it will blow your minds, and I'm in for a nice quiet Wednesday.
Okay.
So that's why.
It will blow everyone's minds.
Blow your mind whole.
How's the no buying models this year? Oh, Tony, you're fucking late to the party, mate. That finished months ago. Killed a Grey Knight Dread with a blood claw before now. Sounds amazing. Woodsy still got the clip of Eddie singing that particular song, which is possibly maybe better than your Blow Your Mind version, Nice.
And that's why I can't do it to Eddie.
No, I know, yeah.
Right
you
now,
can't ruin Eddie's spot in the limelight. Eddie's lady wife started labour today. So it won't be too long before there's fucking two annoying little orange people running around. Colonel says, I can't believe you sang at least. So he didn't actually leave. He's still there. I've never had a Jake pull a chess clock on me because I slow played 4 games previous, says John. So James and John are still probably going to fuck later. It's your deliberate positivity and honesty that helps create a community. It's a great brand to have. Thank you, Mostly Harmless. We try really hard. We try to be happy people. And when there's negative people, what do we say? We say no. Fuck off. That's as simple as that, right?
Well, who do we say that to?
Negative people.
Well,
unless they've got... I mean, some people have good cause to be negative, so we have to understand why they're negative first. We get the doll out, and we ask them to show us where Games Workshop touched them. And if it's legitimate, we go, okay, we understand. You can have a moan for a day or two, that's fine. Because it's allowed, right? It's allowed. And then once you've had your moan for a day or two, now it's time to get the fuck over it and enjoy the hobby and don't ruin it for everybody else. But people that are just negative constantly, people that are just constantly moaning, constantly negative, constantly whinging, always it's the hobby shit, Games Workshop are wankers, they're just selling an overexpensive product. Well, don't fucking buy it then. Fuck off and do something else.
I had that today at the allotment actually, and I always find that you are brilliant when people are moaning, because there's no filter to it. Whatever you think, seconds later, it's flying out your mouth.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I think today it would have been great if I was ever brave enough to just say what I was thinking. Just send it out.
Yeah.
I'd love to be that person for a day.
Well, life's too short.
Yeah, but...
Don't you think, though? Life is far too short to be fucking miserable. Thank you, Ginger Steve, for gifting another 10 memberships. You absolute legend. I'll just set my goal off. That means that we are a quarter of a way into our membership target on the first Talking Head stream of the night. A point to note as well for all you members who are Skull tier and above. If you upgrade to Jarl tier, no requirement to. This is just if you wanted to. At the end of this stream, I will start the 2-week giveaway that happens every month for you to win a Combat Patrol box of your choosing. If you're UK based or EU based, I'll get elements sent to you directly. If you are America, Canadian land or Australia based, I will have to order a voucher of cash value for you, which I didn't find out until this morning. I actually need your email address for as well. So,
James Hobbs has asked, did we get an answer on how long a rod was? Yes, we did, but how long is a fathom?
How much? Wasn't a rod like 3 fathoms or something?
A rod was 5 meters.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah,
it was actually like, didn't it say that a rod was anywhere between 3 and 12 meters or something?
Did it?
Yeah, it's really really wild, yeah, because it's an ancient unit of measurement. So, welcome everybody to the channel who has just been gifted a wonderful membership from Ginger Steve, you hero. Thank you, Steve, to start with. Big salutes, big thumbs up to Steve.
An army, what's the 3 biggest tips?
Fingertip.
Yeah.
A pen tip.
Yeah.
And
what's
a
the other tip?
Q-tip.
Okay. I was about to say, what's the other tip that you love? So welcome Ingir, I think. Maybe Riverside Miniatures, Scythenalio, Mike Who, Dorcosaurus, Sentai Sage, Mux807, Fair on Charles, Armbard, and Callum Pickett. All of you wonderful people say thank you to Ginger Steve for his gifted membership. If you're someone who is still hoping for a gifted membership, you can click on the little present icon, turn on accept gifted subs. It will automatically save your preference for you, and then you could be gifted one in the future. Ultimately, you can choose to become a member yourself by ! Member in the chat. ! Member in the chat will give you 5 different pledge levels, which give you 5 different levels of rewards, I guess, that you could be given depending on what level you're pledged at. This gifted membership thing gives you to you at Scald tier. So get yourself in Discord. ! Discord. Get yourself in Discord, and then make sure you link your YouTube account to your Discord account. In the new member welcome section, Ellie has put some details in there as to how you do that. If not, you can reach out to Ellie. She'll be able to help you in no time at all. Once you've got it connected, it opens up loads of different threads for you, right? Langley Zor calls Ginger Steve a legend. He is a legend. He's also said 150 likes for another 5. So I think he's been drinking tonight, but let's fucking punish him for it. Sometimes we have to let it out loose. Yes, it is, Liam. Life is too short. We all need to enjoy it fucking right. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's about being brave. Like, you know, I just can't. I can't be brave enough to think something and say it in the moment. I always think, no, that's going to be really mean. Should not say that.
Fuck it. If it's mean, it's mean. It happens. I don't live in fear of cancel culture or people telling me that I'm wrong.
Oh my god, I'm not being cancelled off the allotment, Liam.
No,
Come on.
but I just apply it to everything. Fuck it. I find I'm more invested in the hobby after playing at mini wargaming and also chilling with you, Sultan, and the grizzled old man named Winters. I'm glad you put him at the end, Thomas, because he is in fact the least important. But I'm glad that makes you more invested and more pumped for the hobby. That's amazing. This next box set I'm going to win after the last one, says Cass. Wow, we'll see. Maybe, if you're lucky. If it's your first army, don't pick Admech, absolutely. Lots of thanks in chat for Steve, and then Vex is doing the Emperor's work, spamming all the links. Stuart Perry says, evening boss, welcome to the stream. More links, and there's some more links. I had to cancel Winters' membership for a bit. In chat Monday, it actually prompted me to turn on accept gifts in the channel in the chat with a link in the message before any gifts were posted. That's amazing. There you go. Cass keeps saying, what did the fox say, Luce?
Foxy isn't there. I think he's gone. I'm very sad. I was going to try and domesticate the fox and then coax him into my trailer that's hitched onto my bike and then just accidentally turn up with Foxy and say, well, he smells too much like me now. He can't go back out in the wild. Oh, well, now we have a pet fox. He shall be Foxy, and that is who he is.
There's no way we can have a pet fox because it just fight the dog.
But I will love him, and he will chill. He will calm down.
No, that's not. I'm not talking about foxes. Do I want to start Tau or Dark Eldar? I want a mobile shooting army. Both can do it, Chris. Both can do it. The interesting question you need to answer realistically is, what else do you want your army to do? Tau, particularly bad at melee. Not horrendous nowadays, but nowhere near as prolific in melee as they are in shooting. Very mobile, very gun heavy. Dark Eldar, a lot more fragile, however probably even more movement. Lots and lots of variety and options. Okay, so if you, depending on which one, so Tower consistent, you know, it's Codex Battlesuit still, even with the points increase. I still think it's Codex Battlesuit. So if that's something that appeals to you, if you like the Gundam kind of like vibe as well, if that's something that appeals to you, then you probably want to go down the Tau route. If you, however, you want loads of options and you can skew it. So with Dark Eldar, you can go hypermobile shooting, play it for 6 months, get a bit bored of it, and then bring in a load of combat units and still be playing the same army. And therefore, you only need to add 500, 600, 700 points worth, maybe, rather than adding a whole fresh 2,000 point army. If you bought Tau, but you wanted to go hyper combat focused, you'd have to pick a different faction, to be fair. So that depends on how important that sort of stuff is to you. I would think that at the moment, Tau probably a bit stronger than Drakari right now. Cass says random Google facts. Luce, what have you got in plan? Have you got any?
Oh, oh, we did fairies a couple of weeks ago. I'm just trying to think.
Vex says you can't domesticate a fox. Sounds like a challenge.
See now, the fox that lives on the allotment, and we're fairly confident it lived in my particular patch because I have 2 very suspicious, dense-looking bramble bushes that are honestly the size of a car. It's apparently quite docile, and a lot of people have said it's even come and sat near them. And it's not been an accident, like it's trotted up to them and sat near them and not really bothered about anything. So I think I have a plan to domesticate the fox.
Okay, cool.
It's gonna happen.
Sometimes you need to let it out. You cannot bottle that shit in since it will poison you. I know sometimes you might say mean things, but sometimes the other person needs to hear it. There you go. The other person needs to hear it. There you go. That's the important part there.
Yeah, I can't ever... Oh, it's just so mean.
William Will says, evening hobbits, welcome dude. I see no holes in Luce's plan, says Stratosterics. Brilliant. There is a massive hole. Tal versus Elder, are you a weeb or does the word punishment excite you? Amazing. Love that comment.
We need to be super nice to William Wills.
Why?
He has the cheese.
He does have the cheese.
He has the cheese.
And we don't mean an army either, actual cheese.
It's the nicest cheese.
Yeah, it was very nice cheese. Where are we? Which sounds rude reading it back, says Ozzy. I love the sound of foxes. I love the sound foxes make. Vids on social media of non-wild foxes being stroked, played with. Sounds like they're laughing. Which sounds rude reading it back. Brilliant.
Well, we had an interesting experience.
So, this conversation is probably going to get this video demonetized, but we're going to have the conversation anyway.
Oh, no. Okay.
When Luce and I...
instead of saying... the word
no,
great,
it's fine. You just
say
said
great.
it there.
No, I said
Getting to
great.
150 likes. Only 177 of them.
What do they get for 150 likes, Steve? What do they get for 150 likes? So,
instead of saying graped minus the G, we'll say
graped.
tickled.
You just said graped, so.
We'll just say tickled.
So, I mean, she's half ruined it now.
Aggressively.
When Luce and I first got married, I was in the British Army and I was stationed up in Suffolk. In rural Suffolk, which is just fields, farmers' fields as far as the eye can see, nature, green, not what she's used to, having come from the concrete jungle of Coventry, which, if you don't know the UK, you're not missing a lot if you don't know what Coventry is. Anyway, we moved into our married quarter after we got married. We were very young at the time. We got married, you were 22?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
22. I was 24 when we got married, so it's quite some time ago now. 11 years, in fact.
I can't talk
we got
about
married.
it.
And when we moved into our married quarter in sleepy Suffolk, in a little rural village, and it was very, very quiet. Luce used to complain that she couldn't sleep because it was too quiet. Basically, you couldn't hear the nightly sound of murders and bottles breaking, so she struggled to sleep because it wasn't the ambience she was used to. However, one night, about a week in, at 3 a.m, I am shook awake. Liam, wake up! I was like, what the fuck? And she said, our bedroom window was open, wide open. We got married in the April time. This was in the May, so it's quite warm. Bedroom window was open. She was, you need to listen carefully. I was like, what am I listening for? She went, someone's being raped. We're in fucking rural Suffolk. What? Probably not. No, listen, someone's being raped. And we sat there for probably 20 seconds and then heard the scream.
It sounds awful. If you've never heard it and all you know is EastEnders, it sounds awful.
It was a fox's scream.
Horrendous.
So, one, it was just a fox, so it wasn't the problem that Luce thought was the problem, thankfully, obviously. But what was the big question in my mind? What kind of activities like that go on in Coventry where the scream is every 3 or 4 minutes or so?
Oh, you just don't ask. You don't ask. You just stay indoors and you don't ask.
If you don't know the sound I'm looking for, at some point go onto Google and search fox scream, and if you hear it, you could probably understand why she might mistake it for something untoward, because it can be a pretty nasty noise, to be honest. But yeah, that was her first experience of a wild fox. Interesting, right?
Well, the hedgehog one was much nicer.
The hedgehog one was where we were going to get broken into. We were definitely being broken into. Absolutely,
Definitely.
100% someone's breaking into our house.
No mistaking it.
Yeah. And what was actually going on was a hedgehog was stuck under our garden gate.
Yeah.
So as he was stuck under the gate trying to move, the gate was rattling, and that was definitely us getting broken into. Fox screams are terrifying, says Vex. Absolutely.
They are horrible.
Procrastinate AI. Not the story I expected from this stream. No, sorry. If you've just dropped in halfway through that might have been really weird. You might have to watch it back to understand the context, right? Ginger Steve, they're not putting those likes in for you, mate. You're only at 118. Looks like your wallet is safe, sir. Bottles broken and murders. That is awesome. Someone is... Yeah, exactly, Colonel, right? Exactly. The origin of the Banshee myth is foxes. Absolutely. Jonathan De Silva, Coventry is just the same as Nuneaton. Pure criminal settlements. Yeah. What did the fox scream? And then Stuart Thorpe says, hedgehogs are notorious burglars.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They
No.
rely on their cuteness to get over the threshold. And once they're in, that's it.
You think a fox screaming is bad? Who here remembers Thursday nights in Afghan? No context required. No, yes. We don't. Let's not bring that up in front of people, John. Let's not. I'm going to glaze over that and go on to the next one. Christopher says, oh my God, I just listened to a fox scream on YouTube. I jumped. See, I told you.
See, that's why you send the man downstairs and you stay safely upstairs, tucked up.
Ozzy says, best to jump to the worst possible conclusion. Then you get pleasantly surprised. We used to have foxes have sex on the front lawn. Got rid of the lawn now, it's a drive.
Oh.
It sounds like a wise choice. Brilliant, okay. Why am I still enjoying 40k? Fox rape stories from Loose, says Minkster.
It's horrible.
We're just here to entertain, mate. That's what we're here for. We're just here to entertain you.
The problem is, the only reference of that obviously awful crime is things like EastEnders. So when I heard the fox scream, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's actually happening. What do we do? What do we do? And because it's a countryside, it's pitch black because the street lights go off.
Yeah.
So had no idea where it was coming from, so we send Liam down.
Dave B says, holy fuck, fox screams. So he's gone and Googled it as well.
Yeah. They're
A
horrible.
lot of people clearly haven't heard fox screams. It's quite a nasty sound.
Yeah.
It's quite a nasty sound. Exactly, hedgehogs are cute until they stab you and take your TV. What does this stream devolve into because of you fuckers? Honestly,
Yeah.
every time.
See, they're all cute, wobbly, spiky things. They can't get over your threshold, so you go,
We had,
oh,
like-
boo, 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 come on in, come and eat the cat food, and then they're in. And
We had
that's
like
it.
4 or 5 sensible streams in a row. Just talk about 40k.
Yeah.
And then you returned.
Yeah, you invited me back on.
Yeah.
The
and
fox
now look.
screamed harder, Basil. Boom, boom.
I'm not, I'm not sure it did, Ozzy, but thank you for the donation, you legend. Erratic Buddha says, hello all. What a great name, Erratic Buddha. Amazing. Glaze over, what a choice of words. Yes, I know. All of you Afghan veterans in the chat will probably know what we're talking about. For the rest of you, I am going to refuse to explain it. I reckon Eddie might be part hedgehog. He seems to rely on his cuteness to get over the threshold too. I mean, if it was his cuteness he'd be relying on Riverside Militaries, he wouldn't get over the threshold, to be honest with you. But, you know... Fox scream is what I'd imagine a corn bloodthirster sounds like, says Carl Moore. Vanguard Wargaming, I have something worse than a fox. Look up Fisher Cat Sound here on YouTube.
Fisher cat sound.
Fisher Cat Sound. That sounds like a you job, not a me job. Oh my God, we had the opposite. We had always assumed this sound was foxes, was elderly couple next door.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd be like, do you know what? You go for it. God
Yeah.
knows how long you've got left.
Until you hear that hip crack.
And that might be the way they go. What a way to go.
What does the fox say? Ah! Says Scarlet Head. Brilliant. Brilliant. Best stream for a while, actually, says Keith Moore. Well, we'll just fuck off 40k from now on, shall we? Bollocks, so we'll just keep that for the games. And all we'll do is we'll get together and do a random fox rape scream song chat. Yeah?
Abrasively tickled. That's what we'll say.
Abrasively tickled.
Yeah.
Grapes.
Grapes.
Okay, that fox screaming made me laugh a lot, says Procrastinator AI. Amazing. You're on 122 likes now, Steve. I don't think he's even in the channel. I think he got bored of waiting for you guys to put all the likes in. So
He's Googling the fox noises.
is he?
Yeah.
Highland
Although-
Fair on says you've been missed, Luce.
Oh, thank you very much.
Keith-
Although, the Ring doorbell caught fox cubs on the bonnet of your car at like 3 in the morning one time, and they make the cutest noises. They're so cute. So cute. I should have stole one of them.
Keith Moore says you don't bend over on Thursdays in Afghan. Exactly. I slid out of my chair then, he says.
There is a difference between Coventry and Nuneaton. It's about 5 miles extra from Biduff and about 5 more teeth. Still 5 miles is better than nothing.
He loves writing Beduff like that, doesn't he?
I think he wants to live in Coventry because any chance he gets, it gets brought up.
I think... Oh, hang on.
What you done?
I think my Google Chrome window's just closed. That's nice.
What you done?
It's fine because we're still going out live, even though... I found this out the other day, actually. You can shut Google off and the stream still goes out.
Well, that's dangerous.
It's mental, right? And if I come back into the chat's there, look, like that, see?
Well, thank goodness Naked Thursdays isn't in this room anymore. You'd be in real trouble.
Naked Thursdays will be a problem anyway, since it's the fucking public version of game night.
Just think, poor Joe, next time he drops a dice, you watch, he doesn't go and get it. He'll leave it now. Don't look down there. If you drop it on the floor, it stays there now.
24 likes before we punish Ginger Steve's wallet some more. Sounds the same as the fox to me. It says, if you haven't heard, the sound koalas make is also demonic. Amazing. It's like beer and banter, only sober. I was talking to Luce today, and we're going to do some more beer and banter streams. But what we're not going to do is tell you when they're coming. It was Luce's idea. Luce's idea was not to tell you when beer and banter's coming, just to turn the stream on a Friday night.
And be like, ooey!
Ooey! So because we're not going to tell you, that was a strong ooey there that I let out. So because we're not going to tell you when beer and banter is, basically what we're saying is every Friday night you've got to be half pissed on the off chance we turn the camera on.
Well, I don't have a camera, so I can look ridiculous as I like. You, however,
I have to look good all the time.
All the time.
It's hard.
That takes hours.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
No, it takes a long time. Not to talk 40k, but why do you rate decimators? Well, you can definitely talk 40k, that's fine. Why do I rate decimators? The reason why I rate decimators in my particular World Eaters list is because they do consistent damage output. They'll average 4 to 5 mortal wounds per gun. Well, no, that's a lie. They'll average 3 to 4 per gun, which means they'll average 6 to 8 per decimator. 6 to 8 damage that is often, I mean, you can't affect it by -1 damage from things like dreadnoughts. So to be clear, I run dual soul burners, and I always run dual soul burners because I don't really care about the melee when I've got berserkers and demon princes and stuff like that. So 2 with dual soul burners at 24-inch range, especially now with chaos as assault weapons from turn 2 onwards, they get exploding 6s to hit, which means they gain additional hits, and the 2+ to mortal wound anything. That level of consistent mortal wound output is strong no matter what army you're in. For me specifically, where I don't have a lot of ranged firepower, just definitely doing the damage is really key. You don't get an armor save, you don't get an invulnerable save, you don't get -1 damage, you just get feel no pains, right? That's it. So that's why I really rate dual decimators. They're also now 12 wounds. They gain a wound back every turn. They've got a 3 up armor save, 5 up invulnerable save, and they're toughness 7. They're just strong. They're just really good, and they're a demon engine, so you can now use infernal engines on them to make them -1 damage as well. There you go. I answered a sensible question. Did the fox distract you while the hedgehog broke in? I mean, it sounds like a nightmare fucking Wind in the Willows now, doesn't it?
The dark version.
Fisher cats sound like the ghost of a woman screaming, and they are vicious little creatures too. I've never heard of a fisher cat. I need to see what a fisher cat now is. Drop bears from Catachin, yeah, absolutely. I just like the fact that cavemen still live in the modern world. Who's cavemen?
He's on about people in Coventry.
Of course he is. How can I get the beers in then if I don't know it's beer and banter? That's the point, Keith. Every Friday you've got to have the beers in. I make the sound of a fox in the night when I check the fridge and realise I have no Battenberg left, says Gaz. Amazing. Maybe it wasn't a fox, maybe it was just Gaz up on camp.
Might have been Gaz. Yeah, it was pitch black. The street lights weren't on. And noise travels in the countryside.
Dickie says Mondays are the only day I'm not pissed. Brilliant. I'm half pissed every Friday night, so that works for me. There you go. Did you find out the Chrome thing because Winters closed the window and then streamed for 48 hours straight before decency standards shut him off? No, I didn't find that out that way because I'm not an idiot. Beer and banter, Return of the Mead. Exactly.
Oh, it's been a while.
I don't know if I've got any of my favourite meat left.
Koala sounds like my missus when I walk in the room.
Well, non-existent because you're in England. Brilliant. Yeah, I haven't got my favourite mead anymore. I think we ran out. I think I drank all of it. I think I might have actually finished that on the lot. Oh, I don't know. Before Dave B then says before she flies off on her broom. Brilliant. A lot more going for them than I thought, particularly in a World Eater list with melee coverage. That's right, mate. Honestly, they're solid. They're expensive with dual soul bonus. They're 180 points, but I really, really rate them. They did average to. I mean, they used to do much better. They did average to poor damage output against JoJo on Tuesday. Check it out. See how much they did. I still think they're strong, and they're a definite threat as well. The big thing for me with dual soul burner decimators, they will typically draw fire turn 1, which means your rhinos with the berserkers in can go across the field. Are you going to put the kids to bed? Yeah. Wonderful. I really enjoy your DZTV back rep with Joe. What legion would you most fear to run against with your Simhan Craftworld list? Well, William Wills, I've sold my Simhan Craftworld list, so I fear no legion right now. I sold it. Got rid of it. It's gone. Prior planning and preparation prevents piss poor performance. I need to know if Beer and Banner is on site. I'm not trying to watch the stream at the pub. Just have to look out for that notification, wouldn't you? If you're in Discord, you'll get notified, or if you've got that little bell icon turned on. James Hobbs says an earthquake hit Coventry, caused £3 million worth of improvement. She's not even here to hear that. Hedgehog humping in our garden regularly gets me up, says Andrew Ibbotson. Oh, you did hear that?
What was that?
James says an earthquake hit Coventry. It caused
£3 million of improvement.
It cost £3 million worth of improvement. Mike who says I need a new beard oil. Exclamation mark beard in chat. Exclamation mark beard in chat. Go to the beard struggle. Check out their day and night oils. Use code FUCK LTDEMPS20 for 20% off all of their stuff. They sponsor me. That's what I use all the time. So yeah, exclamation mark beard mark. I think there's a link in Discord. I think there is a link to my sponsors in Discord in the sponsors section. Let me just check. Beard struggle. And it's got the updated code as well. Use code LTDEMPS20. This will give you 20% off all products. There you go. Excuse me. Where are we? Where can I ship beer from the US to you, Liam? I don't know. I'm not sure how you do that. I grew up in the countryside. When I was young, a friend came to visit, and during the night thought he had gone blind because he wasn't used to the dark. Amazing. Wait, what? You sold your Simhan, thought they were your favourite army. Eldar Vanguard are my favourite army, and that's why I've got to... Oh, look, hang on, I'll show you. I need to see what the camera's doing, see if you can see this. This is what I've been doing over the last, I think, 2 weeks. It's the most models I've built in 2 to 3 weeks.
If were you born in either Alcatraz or Nuneaton, why would it be Alcatraz? Because it's further away from Biduff. Sorry, Luce, I'm sure her family is Ace.
Look at this. Look at that. See? Whole new Elder army I'm building. So don't you worry, they're still my favourite. Still my favourite, don't you worry. I love your shows, Liam. Keep up the good work, says Joseph Bedard. Thank you. If you've just joined the stream, you need to like the stream to get to 150. If we get to 150 likes and you've got gifted memberships turn on, Ginger Steve has offered to gift out 5 more memberships. Gift out 5 more memberships. So if you are a grey name and you don't have a membership and you think you'd like a membership, make sure you've got gifted memberships turned on and hit the like button. And that way, Ginger Steve might be kind enough to give you membership. I say Ginger Steve only because he offered to do it, not because I'm just pimping him out, right? It's his offer, not my offer. Also, Steve, she missed that super chat, I'm afraid. She'll have to come back and read that in a minute because she's up putting the kids to bed finally. But anyway, thank you, Joseph, for the kind words, you fucking legend. I really appreciate it. Not had mead for over a decade. Any recommendations? Yes. Are you in the UK? If you're in the UK, Richard, you want to go to the Lancashire Mead Company. And I think it's called Viking's Blood. That's the best stuff. Best stuff. Have you used the new paints coming out? No, they never sent them to me. The links are below in this video as well, Liam. Thank you, Gaz. You're a hero. Gaz is always keeping me honest. What a legend. I'm not sure I want to shop for next stream, beer and banter stream. Last thing I want is someone super chatting Reg to shop my head off in chat. Amazing. Amazing. During training, one of the guys misidentified a black sheep as a lost dog because he had never seen one before. Incredible. That's amazing. Drops tray and then Liam makes fox shagging sounds like a pleasant experience with his scream. I would be what craft are you going with this time? I am going to be Hail of Dooming it despite the nerf. That's why I have 30 Dire Avengers. Hail of Doom. This is for competitive play though, and I'm also going to layer extra stuff in for narrative gaming. And for narrative gaming, I'm 99% likely to go Ulthway. I just like Ulthway. There you go. How is your Krieg army coming along? That's the next project after the Eldar. That's the other army that I love the most. They're the two armies I'm not letting anyone touch. Is Krieg and Eldar. That's me. Done. That's the only two armies I care about keeping for myself. Everything else can be a channel army and anyone can use them. Krieg and Eldar, mine. All mine. It's not going to happen. The current members can't be bothered to like. 147, Steve. You might have spoke too soon. Right? So 3 more and you'll have to get your fucking wallet out again. It's your own fault. Ginger Steve super chatted. Abusing Coventry again, Luce.
Ugh.
And I've run out of juice, which isn't helpful.
The trouble is, it's not intelligent content, is it, babe?
What's that?
Abusing Coventry.
I'm not going to get in the middle of this fight, to be honest with you.
He secretly wants to live there. It's a bit like when you make fun of the girl on the playground because you actually love her. That's what's going on with Stephen Coventry.
Carl Moore says, is there any loyalist faction you'd run in 40k? Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Raven Wing. I've run Custodes. I got bored of them really quickly though. They're probably the 3. I'd kind of give Sisters Battle a go, I guess. They look like a fun army to play. I'm okay with that. YouTube's got this new thing that pops up every now and again, and it annoys the fuck out of me because it covers a big portion of the screen that says, now would be a good time to insert an ad. No, fuck off. I don't want to insert an ad. What happened to the Orc army? It's on the shelf. Eddie was going to learn it. He played it once. He was dog shit with it. He hasn't done it since, so I guess that's up for someone else to learn. To whomever was asking about beard oils, can I suggest Infernal Blood oils? No, you can't, Matt. No, you can't. Because beard struggle. So, sorry. Tough. Have you decided on a scheme for the Eldar? Yes. Welcome, and how are you doing?
What's been the worst beard oil?
I don't think I've had a bad one. I've only used like 3 different types. And I don't remember the name of the other 2.
I remember, well, probably I did still live in Cov and I went into Boots, and the beard oil section for guys was this tiny little shelf space right at the bottom. And now there's subscriptions, there's a whole section for it. Because beards used to be considered like a germy, dirty, like, oh, don't clean your beard.
Can you sit here whilst I fill my juice up? Or fill my juice up, one of the 2?
No. I'll fill it up.
Thank you. Because my throat gets fucked otherwise on these streams. Thank you very much. Any chance of seeing old Georgie out? I'm going to be giving him to Crab soon to repair and paint for me, so... which is funny, considering he was the one that gifted it to me in the first place. Ha! Does the YouTube advert prompt thing go pring? No. Any plans to get some talking heads time with Joe, Bromd, Eddie or Paddy? So I've been thinking about this, right? I want to offer even more content. Because I want more exposure. I want more subscribers. I want more members. I need more members. Right? I need more super chatters. I need more gifted memberships. That's what we need. We need all of those things. So the way to do that is to increase content. Potentially, although you can oversaturate, but to increase content. Now, I can't really increase live stream content at the moment because of time commitments, right? Not because it takes more time or less time, thank you very much. Not because it takes more time or less time, but simply because it's an evening thing. So we already do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. We're going to do random Fridays. Saturdays and Sundays is mine and Lucy's time, and Mondays I do the Endless Cacophony podcast for DZ typically. So I am thinking about starting a podcast thing off of Joe, because he's here every week anyway for streams. He's probably going to be consistently the most regular stream attendee, right? So I think that I would probably do a podcasty thing with Joe, and I'm thinking a video thing with him and I each week. But I don't know if you guys would love it or hate it, so let me know. Because I also need to work out how we can film it and make it look nice in my tiny little garage studio. We're in a weird place. I would much prefer to have a proper podcast set up. However, I can't have a proper podcast set up because I don't have a big studio, but I can't have a big studio without more gifted memberships. Big shout out Chris Galloway, who's just gifted even more memberships. I need to just realize that the YouTube alert thing looks wrong.
I think a podcasty thing with you and Joe would be brilliant because I think the world needs to hear about Joe's turkey thing at school.
More people need to hear more Joe stories.
I've
definitely
never
a thing.
been so traumatised at lunchtime in my life. And that was last week?
Yeah. Chris Galloway, you absolute fucking legend. Not only is he a Thane, which means he's one of the biggest dicks in chat, because that's just part of being a Thane. If you're a Thane, you have a slightly bigger penis than anybody who's not a Thane. Unless you're an Acer, and then you're bigger again. That's the rules.
But how big's too big?
It's not, there's no such thing. So, big shout out to Chris, who's gifted 5 memberships whilst we wait for Steve to pull his thumb out his arse and give what he was promising. He's gifted subs to AB, Erratic Buddha, Stuart Thorpe, Vanguard Wargaming, and Titus Tatius. So, Titius Tatius? Then Big Ginger Steve comes in late with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Ginger Steve. You're a fucking legend. And now's the time to click on that. Accept gifted memberships like Tim Banks has, Andy Lee has, Chris McGowan has, Tom Harrison has, Chris Story has. They got chewed up very fucking quickly. Very quickly. So I've now got to add 10 to this total over here. Fucking maths. And add 10. Oh, no, that wasn't adding 10, is it? That's adding 9. There we go, we're back in. Back in.
See, too big is a thing.
No, it's not. No such thing.
It's a thing.
No such thing. Thank you so much, you wonderful people. Simon Freight says, would love a podcast with Joe. Thank you very much, you wonderful people. So, the best way to support the channel is memberships. Just flat the best way to support the channel, because if you're a member and you choose to be a member and you choose to continue to subscribe every month and it becomes recurring revenue, it's the best way to support the channel financially. It's the best way for us to financially plan and forecast. Do tell loose, Dave says.
The turkey thing.
No, we'll save that one.
I might cry again.
Save that one. So they didn't they used to have to kill their own turkey?
You missed the entire descriptive, nonchalant thing that he just casually, as he was eating.
Yeah, but I know how long.
I know how long it's telling me.
I know how long it takes her to tell a story, and we've only got 22 minutes left. So isn't this the moral of the story? How to kill his own turkey?
There was so much more to it than that.
So, the best way to support the channel is memberships, because if you choose to be a recurring member, it's amazing, and we love you for it, and thank you so much. The second best way is to gift memberships to other people in the hope that you wonderful people, you 10 people who I just read out, you might choose. Now you've got access to Discord, ! Discord in the chat. Now you've got access to the members only live streams. You might actually choose to keep your membership. You might go, actually, this is worth it. This community and the giveaways and the content and the extra battle report every month is actually worth the £5 a month. So I'm going to pay for it. If you think about it, if you pay £1 for Discord and we have 4 Tuesdays in a month, you get 4 extra members battle reports for £1 each, basically. That's £5 done. There you go. That's worth it straight away. You're paying £1 for video. You know, it's cheaper than Netflix. And that's woke. Too big is a thing. If it can't enter, it's too big, says Stuart Thorpe. Podcast time, I'm invested. What will you talk about? This is, I don't know. Bit of a talking head, bit of community reaction, bit of hobbying, bit of tactic, strategy, list building, bit of general banter. Joe, generally, every now and again, someone else instead. Also win-win. Sounds good, yeah. I just need to... It's just about... What I don't want to do is copy everybody else's content or anybody else's content necessarily. So I want to kind of make it original and keep it fresh and keep it interesting, right? So it needs to be, and I want to keep it on brand for the channel. So we love 40k, it's about 40k, but it's also relaxed, funny, you know, chill, a bit adult at times, because, you know, I think it's important. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people love us, is because we're not super focused, super competitive all the time. Everyone's got to be amazing. And we're also not super moany, super whingy, everyone hates Games Workshop. We're also not full of fucking leaks and stuff. I think we're a channel for the everyman.
I'm not so sure.
No, why not?
Because I just don't think like everyone wants to hear us. I think we whittle on way too much.
No, I think we do. I thought it was Amy Lee. I was about to default worship. Always taking my son to the Morrissey concert in Vegas and meeting 2 awesome friends there as well. Looking forward to that. Sounds good. Thanks for the gifted membership, says Vanguard Wargaming. I'm sure I speak for Steve when I say you're very welcome. Where are we? Painting my Alpha Legion as Liam Waffle, says Chris Galloway. That's a great use of time, my friend. Posted a vid in DZTV general chat. It's a video of Fisher Cat. Sounds In case people need to hear that horrifying thing. I don't think I want to now.
I want to.
That's the thing. Carl Moore says cheap as chips. Gaz says, wait, what? I thought this was all free. No, that's the trick. It's so cheap. It's probably cheaper than a Costa coffee nowadays. It's almost cheaper than a litre of fuel in the UK. At this fucking stage, right?
Wasn't there, there was blockades or something?
I know, it was English blockades. It wasn't very good.
Yes, was it yesterday?
I hate competitive and tournament gaming, says Stuart. I love it, but it's not for everyone. But that's why we get a nice balance. Are the Votan going to be eye-wateringly expensive? That's what I want to know. I have no idea, but it's GW, so everything is, right? Liam feels like all right, I'm hoping Joseph Bedard has done a spelling mistake.
Liam feels like Adolf Mini War Gamer.
Now I'm hoping the F is supposed to be a T, and Liam feels like adult mini wargaming, which I'll take. That's okay. I'll take adult mini wargaming. If you wrote Adolf, we need to have a separate chat, mate. I support the down-to-earth and chilled-out atmosphere. Also, vets stick together, Chris. Thanks, sir. You're a hero. I love you guys because you may be the only people to have not thrown away a Corax White after use. It's infamous now.
It fuels my fire, Gaz.
It fuels Lucy's fire. There you go.
So Liam, what's in your Hail of Doom army? I've spent ages looking over mine, but I'd love to see what you want to take to a tournament. Seriously,
this is something that's in the playtesting phase, but I like to playtest with the actual model, so I'm building it first. I will run you through my Hail of Doom army very, very quickly so I can bore the life out of everybody. I also try to tone it down a little bit because Hail of Doom is still oppressive even with the changes, I think, so I didn't want to go full cheese. This is my army as I love it, Ginger Steve. It's a simple battalion. Okay. We have a Farseer on a bike, a Farseer on foot, and a Seerman in the battalion detachment. We have a Warlock on bike as an extra one that you could take for free. Well, not points-wise, but for free in terms of slots because I've got a Seer. That gives me access to many psychic powers and some extra abilities and stuff. So I have, even with the new chapter-approved points, command point things, I have put the Relic Pistol, Kernos's Bow on the Seer on the bike, as well as Mark of the Incomparable Hunter. And if you don't know how that works, I can explain that to you a little bit later. I then have 3 units of 5 Rangers for my troops, 3 units of 10 Dire Avengers with dual Shuriken catapults, Avenger Shuriken catapults on all the Exarchs, 3 Wave Serpents with triple Shuriken cannons, 2 War Walkers with double Shuriken cannons, 4 Shining Spears with a kitted out Exarch, 5 Banshees with a kitted out Exarch, 5 Swooping Hawks. And that's the army. There you go, Steve. You can net this now.
Partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah. Gaz says, Lucy, do you know there's a new white spray coming?
Yeah, isn't that the... What's it called?
I don't know.
You said it earlier.
I don't know. Joseph has confirmed it was a typo. Good. We don't need to have a chat.
But it's supposed to be much, much better than Corax White.
It's supposed to be, yeah. The funny thing is, if you read the rollout for that particular white spray, it's almost like Games Workshop saying, yeah, we know Corax White's dog shit.
So I feel like going into Warhammer Games Workshop Southampton, standing next to Rod and saying, right, Rod, I have here the Corax White, Devil's Work, and the new one. You spray it.
Yeah, Tom says, evening all, late but liked early during couple time. Glad Steve is paying for my proactive liking of all your content, even if I don't watch from the start. Thanks for the like. Steve sometimes comes in on these punishing little crazy ideas, like when he did If I Was a Night Lord that night. You know, am I not using Sunstorm for the bike? I'm using Sunstorm for the Warlock on the bike, William Wills. I'm not leaving home without Sunstorm. I start on 2 CP. I spend 4. I start on 2. I have Sunstorm, don't you worry. Keros's Bow, Sunstorm, Mark of the Incomparable Hunter, and I can't remember what the other one's for. It's in my list. I think I might have put Foul Shoes Wing on the other Seer. Oh, no, I've paid for Kane's Lance currently on the Shining Spear Exarch. 4 CP. Start with 2. Why do I start with 2? Because you need to keep 2 CP for Phantasm. For reasons. Siege of Raxman, we need a not Arch version. What's Siege of Rax? I've probably missed something important there. Where are we? I thought you were all ex-forces, but with all the animal talk, are you actually ex-veterinarians? Mind blown. No, most of us are ex. I say most of us. That's a lie, actually. There's a fair few of us that are ex-forces. I hope that he does too. Okay, you guys are still talking to each other. I love it when you guys talk to each other, but it really fucks the stream flow up. It's really nice that they talk to each other. Then I start reading it, I'm actually just reading out a message halfway through a conversation that doesn't make sense to anybody else who's listening. Hello from across the pond. What's up with all the content creators doing live shows lately about either still liking 40k or leaving 40k?
Liam. Why are you doing content about still liking 40k?
Being
Christ.
super positive, Trackation. I think the reason being is there's a lot of hate stroke moaning out there right now, a lot of it, and so because there's a lot of hate stroke moaning out there right now, I wanted to be positive for an evening, so I thought it was worth doing. Why the Hawks, says Ginger Steve. They can drop in for an R&D. Now ideally I'd have 6 Hawks instead of 5 to drop in for an action in the backfield, however I can't. So what you do competitively is you plan things like retrieve Nachman data. So I would look for the Hawks to come in turn 2 in a back corner and do retrieve Nachman data in one back corner. And then in turn 3, I'd look for them to go back up in the sky and come back down in turn 4 and do the other corner. That's what I would like to do. Right? I'm ex-Action Force. Does that count? Yes.
I was just about to read that. What's Action Force?
I don't know, but I'm going to say yes anyway.
Oh, okay.
If I was a Night Lord, I would love My Little Pony. Brilliant. CPR for people with memories anyway, says Procrastinator AI, 100%. How many Imperial Fists does it take to paint a wall? Depends how hard you hit them. Brilliant. Just got home from Thor, Love and Thunder. Evening, everyone. I'm guessing that's a film. I'm guessing that's a Marvel film. Saying Thor.
Yeah.
You can be positive, just don't be COVID positive. No, exactly. Where are we?
Jonathan De Silva, heard a rumour all playtesters have been suspended or put on hold. Is this true? Who had 10 to 10?
Cowboy time.
Yeah, who had that one?
So I don't actually know if I'm allowed to talk about this. However, fuck it. All external playtesters have currently had their access suspended because of leaks. So all the wonderful people that you love, who you know do all the playtesting, Vanguard Tactics, ourselves, Tabletop Titans.
How does one gift 5 memberships? Don't have the option under the dollar symbol thing.
Matt, if you are on your phone, you don't have the option on your phone. You have to go on a website to do it, I'm afraid. So all those people that you love, Tabletop Tactics, Vanguard Tactics, Tabletop Titans, ourselves, all those people that you love who are playtesters, who do everything we can, who work really hard to improve that game of 40k for you, have had all their access suspended by GW. And the reason why, and to be clear, I want to get something very, very clear here before I go on about this for the next 2 minutes, is I don't blame GW for doing this. I get why they've done it. 100% I understand why they've done it. So I'm not that fuck Games Workshop person. I can't believe they've fucking done this to all their playtesters. I fully understand why they've made this decision. And I don't necessarily not support it either. To some extent, I support the decision. I just hope that they can solve the leak problem and then reinstate those people that were working hard for them. That's what I hope. That's what I want to happen. So the reason why they've done it is because of leaky dickheads. People who leak content all over the internet. People that then end up feeding other streamers or YouTubers who make content which basically is solely based around leak-based content. They are working very hard to try and stop that. So I said this last night on the members only stream, and I'm going to say it tonight as well. I would urge anyone out there who watches YouTube, who watches content, who consumes content, who watches Twitch, who follows people on Instagram, who follows people on Facebook. If someone is an incredible leaky person, if their content is solely revolving around leaking, I would urge you to stop supporting those channels. Stop watching their content. Stop giving them the time of day. Stop giving them the watch time, the ad revenue, the memberships, the super chats. Stop it. Flat stop it. Because the only thing that's going to happen, if they decide to continue to keep external playtester access off, which they may do, and I'm not saying I would blame them. I can't blame them for it. But if they chose to keep the external playtesting access turned off because of the leak-based content, all these people that are doing the leaks and all these people that are supporting the leakers are just hurting the hobby. Simple as that. They're just hurting the game. I also think, personally, that content creators who make all their content about leak content and leak type stuff are shit content creators. They're not original. Their content's just gifted to them because it's leaks. It's fucking easy. It's lazy. It's not innovative. It's not entertaining or funny. It's bullshit. And they're leaking another company's IP, essentially, as well. So please stop supporting them. Please stop supporting them. Stop supporting leak-based content. It grips me. I hate it. Not only do I hate it because I hate the type of content. Like I said, I think it's lazy dog shit content, but I hate it because it's actually hurting the hobby now.
Feel better?
I do, yeah.
Okay, good. Been sitting on that for a while.
I might get in trouble for saying that, but I don't think I've said anything that is unfair or unreasonable. I think everything I've said is above board. Like I said, I'm not criticising Games Workshop for it. I support GW. I work with them. I saw a comment from someone, Chris. It's not like they listen to playtesters anyway. They do, actually. There is so much stuff that playtesters suggest gets changed, and it gets changed for the better. I can say that sometimes some things slip through. Sometimes even playtesters make mistakes. But there are so many things that get changed to the positive. Playtesters on the whole in this game have had a massively positive impact. And not forgetting that playtesters, myself included, again, Vanguard Tactics, Tabletop Titans, Tabletop Tactics, I think Art of War are playtesters. They don't get paid for it. It's free time people give up to help GW improve the game. You know, that's my rant. Clearly, you can go and watch and support any channel that you want. My urge is my urge. I'm not telling you that you won't be welcome in our community if you do go and watch fucking dickheads like Spam Rack. However, I'm urging you not to. Doesn't mean you're not welcome if you do. That's just my preference, right? There you go. Okay. Need to send out my slightly different images to all testers, then cross-check the leak with their records. They'd find the leaker in no time. Chris, 100% agree with you. How many dead avatars of Kane does it take to fix a light bulb? I don't know, but 3 dead avatars, and my garage is still dark. Brilliant. It's got to be an oversight, but my Knights get 0 CP because of super heavy detachment with Titanic units. Anyone here used Knights and noticed this? No, there's a way around that, isn't there? Truck Station 5 is Valrak a playtester? Absolutely not. I can guarantee you 100% that GW would not touch him with a fucking 50-foot barge pole. I can guarantee you that safely. I like rumours like that Angron is coming, etc. He's going to be huge because that just hypes you up. So that's a rumour as well, though, Dominic. Right? So rumours I'm okay with. Rumours create talking points. Rumours are fine. Leaks are not.
More than a month since I've caught a live show since the Friday change. Everything's so shiny. The interface, the studio, the hair. Is that Underl?
It isn't Underl, Nameless JT. It's actually Narsil. So it's before it was broken and reforged. But that's good eyes there. I'm impressed. Fellow Lord of the Rings geek. Love it. Snap rep at 2149. Absolutely, Chris. 100%. For good reason, says Green Blood Crusade. It's not like GW have ever been shy with the cease and desist. Well, yeah. Does this mean we can't take a leak at DZTV events? No. No leaking, as you have to hold it in. These days, I seem to have the bladder of a 90-year-old squirrel. Brilliant. So does Jay. I'm not sure it's 100% true. I think some listening must happen, otherwise playtesters wouldn't exist. Honestly, they listen a lot, trust me. It's ultimately still their game at the end of the day. Still their game, still their train set. They still make the final decisions, right? I email them almost weekly, and they address some of my emails on crons with this last data slate. There you go. Deployment Zone and Tabletop Tactics and Liam Demp's charity calendar. Each person gets a month that's Warhammer themed, nude optional. I mean, I don't think we'd sell many, John. We'd have to give them away. But I'm not against the idea. What's the drama with Spam Rap just joined? It's not specifically him, let's be clear,
Yeah,
right? There are plenty of content creators out there that leak stuff, and their whole MO is around leaking content.
There's no drama llamas here. We're not,
No,
we're not a llama farm. No drama.
I actually like Sam. I haven't spoken to him for a while actually, but I used to speak to him quite a lot. I actually like Sam. Right, Sam's a nice guy. Sam's a very nice, genuine bloke, and I want to see people like him do well because he's a nice, genuine bloke. I just hate leak-based content, and it's not just him. There's plenty of channels out there that do it. Their MO, their whole shtick is around leak-based content. Taking another company's hard work that they're trying to keep quiet, ready for a big release, spamming it all over the internet, It's not just YouTubers either, to be clear. There's people in Reddit forums and Facebook groups and subreddits and all kinds, and Discord servers and all kinds of stuff, right? So to be clear, it's not just people like Sam who leak on YouTube. He's an easy one to pick on because he's a friend of mine. I know him, so if I throw shade at him, I fully expect him to throw shade back at me, and that's all part of the banter.
Can I just say, leave me out of it?
So that's all part of the, I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me at all because Sam's a nice guy. But it's not just him. There's a lot of it out there, right? So there you go. Ozzy said, to be fair, Liam has always said with Valrak, nice guy, shite content. Oh, there you go, see? There you go. I only watch you, Winter's Major Kill, Thought 2, and Mr. Ball. And I don't know half those people. Only leaks I know about are the ones I do in the toilet. Amazing. Ieston in lastminute.com with the gifted memberships. Fucking legend. Thank you so much. Gifted to Dr. No, Hartleypud DA, Freeze Breeze, Flesh It, and Kimmy. All of you people, please say thank you to the big baddie Eston, the best in chat, gifting out 5 more subs. I know I need to upgrade my thing again.
Let's be honest, Valrak just talks about leaks cause he is excited. That's the best reason.
I would... Partly probably right, Chris, to be fair. Partly probably right, but let's also be honest that leak content gets the most views.
I like Prime's comment. Finally got out of my hobby funk and started back painting my sister's hobby nights with my son while he paints a Nerf gun because bright orange isn't going to help when he's hiding in a bush.
That's true. That's fucking true.
If it's autumn, that's a genius idea.
And Mr. Bourne is a great channel. It's so good. Okay, I'll check that one out. I wonder if the Baneblade rumours are true. 2+ summer save with Armour of Contempt. Yeah, make sure he doesn't have that orange Nerf gun, right? Right, you guys have got 2 minutes before we're going to say goodnight. So if you've got any major burning questions, get your super chats in now. Thank you to everyone who's gifted subs out. You guys are all hero. I imagine Luce has dealt with enough leaks over the years with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you're not including me in that group, Gaz. But you might be. If you don't know any of them, I massively recommend Winter's SEO. I mean, I should know Winter's SEO. He's my business partner. So if you're worrying if I didn't know who he was. But thank you, Dickie, for the recommendation. I want that to be true as I have one, says Jarl Tom. Are you talking about the Baneblade rumours? Be interesting. I will make Baneblades great again. Right, that's what we want. That's what we need. I think that he did include you, Liam. Says what? Who's that? Who included me? Can you use a day sack at night? No.
That's a day sack.
Minkster wants a loose joke before we go.
No, I don't have any. I'm not very well prepared lately.
She's not prepared lately.
What's
She's not
going
used to
on?
streaming again. Not used to it, right? Not used to it. Anyway, you guys have been incredible. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on this fine evening. It's been good hearing your heroic 40k moments, the reasons why you still love it, the reasons why you're hanging around, and just general chit-chat. It's nice having general chit-chat. To all of you new people who have just recently become members, ! Discord in chat. If you make sure you hit ! Discord, you'll get a link. That'll give you a link to Discord. Click the link, come into Discord, link your YouTube account to Discord in Discord. That will then open up all of the threads that are available to you to your new gifted sub tier. Don't forget, at 7:30 PM on Tuesdays, we do a live game for members only at Skull tier and above. Discord will not notify you. You have to be there waiting for the stream yourself. I will post the link in Discord on my own and you have to click the link and go to it, but it won't notify when we go live. It's just one of those things it does for members only streams, unfortunately. Members only streams will not notify you as we go live in Discord. So please make sure you're in there so you can click my link and be waiting, or turn on your notification bell on YouTube, or go into the members section to find it. All of the members only streams will stay on the homepage as well. Tomorrow night we have another live stream. It's another game of 40k and the return of chat plays. The first Thursday of the month, every single month, we are going to be doing chat plays. Tomorrow night it's Brom versus myself. Brom's using the Harlequins because he's quite frankly hilarious with them. And currently Discord has voted that I will bring his Ultramarines against him to try and beat him, at the same time that you, chat, will try and fuck the pair of us over in an epic game of chat plays. At some point in the near future, we also may do another Friday night beer and banter because I know a lot of you miss it. I think that's everything. Next week's schedule will return as normal, 7:30 members only stream on Tuesday, another 40k show at 8:30 on Wednesday, and another standard game of 40k on Thursday, where Joe is trying to get his Astra Militarum army ready to play on stream. Luce, is there anything you'd like to add before we go, my wonderful wife?
No.
Are you sure? No great facts for us? She's not prepared, is she?
No, I'm not.
She's not prepared at all.
No, I don't have anything. No.
Right, okay. Thank you, wonderful, beautiful heroes, for joining us. Make sure you get yourselves in Discord if you're new members. Please come and join us. Please come and join us. There's a super chat that's come in just as I was about to hit the end button. She needs to read it out before we go. Bring Calgar, he's a beast at his new point. So I was going to run Gilliman. Do I bring them both? Destroy Brom tomorrow, Liam. Show him how to play Ultramarines properly. Brilliant. Amazing. Come on. Come on. Get to Liberty's comment. Come on. Why did you do this to me at the end, Liberty Fires? Luce needs an allotment thread on Discord so we can see it grow.
Ah! I got sunburnt today, Gaz. It's pretty bad.
Should we just create a little thread called Luce's Patch, Gaz? Should we do that? Vanguard
No,
Wargaming
that
says...
sounds ambiguous.
Liam, COVID sucks, but fighting through it.
COVID does suck. I'm glad you're fighting through it. Feel better soon, mate. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for the last minute donation. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to everybody who gifted memberships. Thank you for everybody who accepted memberships. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.